Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bomber Budget Build. This week is going to be a short and simple week, as this week what we're doing is we're going to replace those stock Axial rear axle shafts with a set of the new Vanquish AR60 chromoly axle shafts. These are a new product available. Nice thing is that they're only 23 bucks. So a simple one, a great fit for the budget build. Bending rear axle shafts is something that you can do pretty easily with those stock shafts in there. These should give you a little bit of a strength upgrade, and for the price, it's an easy upgrade. So this week we're gonna dive in, change these out real quick, and get this thing back onto the rocks. Now, to give you guys a little bit of an idea of exactly the difference between the new Vanquish shaft and the previous stock shaft, I've got a couple of sets pulled aside here. Now, you can see that there is a little bit more thickness to the shaft through the center portion of the shaft in between the tang and where your hex mounts. Now, the other big strength benefit to these axles over the stock axles is that these are built from a heat-treated chromoly steel. The heat-treated chromoly is going to be a much stronger material than the plain carbon steel that the stock shafts are made out of. The installation of these shafts is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to start by removing the wheel, then we will loosen that 12mm hex and remove the hex pin. Remove the screws on the top and bottom of the lockout, and if you're using a Vanquish rear lockout, loosen that clamping nut. Then we need to remove one of the two screws that hold the link mount in position so that we can pull out that stock inner axle shaft. Once the lockout's removed with that stock inner axle shaft, pull that inner shaft out. Remember to remove your bearings, and you'll need to reuse those. You can then slide the new shaft into position and replace the bearing from the stock lockout. Replace the lockout back onto the axle and tighten up that clamping nut and replace the two screws that attach it to the axle housing. You'll also need to remember to replace the screw that you removed to hold that link mount in place. Then replace the hex pin and 12mm hex, and lastly, reinstall your wheel. So installing those rear axle shafts is about as simple an install as we're probably ever going to get to on this series. It did help our budget a little bit though. Next week we've got another little upgrade to do, and after that I've got a couple of big ones that I want to get done. So with that guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.